another interesting episode of Lockdown Learnings. Today we are talking to an IAS officer. T.N. Venkatesh, serving the nation in different capacities as an IAS officer, was a collector and a commissioner of education for Chennai, also a joint commissioner for corporate tax. A national awardee for the best collector, he has received his prestigious award in 2007 from Her Excellency Pratibha Patil herself. Presently posted as a managing director of Co-optex. A revivalist and a visionary in the weaving industry, he has also put Co-optex on an international front by creating an online portal for his ever-growing global clientele. Let's talk to T.N. Venkatesh. Venkatesh sir, so happy and privileged to talk to you. Welcome to Lockdown Learnings.
It's my privilege also to join this session.
Thank you so much, sir. You're just back from a COVID deputation in Erode in Tamil Nadu. Are you happy with the implementation of lockdown?
There was no choice actually. So one had to face lockdown.
Right.
And I am very confident that, the lockdown was very necessary in order to flatten the curve, in its attempt to flatten the curve.
Right.
Because otherwise, had we not had the lockdown, probably the number of affected patients would have been exponentially more. So I think, especially in the Indian context, where there is, people tend to live together and social distancing is quite a tough task here.
Right.
The lockdown and complete ban on transportation, public transportation was very necessary.
So the handloom sector has been severely affected, right? I mean, all the traditional and contemporary markets for artisans is completely closed. So what are the immediate challenges that our weaver brothers and sisters are facing?
See, one of the very important aspects of weavers is the regular availability of raw materials.
Right.
So often we tend to forget that, when a product comes as a sari or a towel or a bed sheet, there are almost 50 different processes it undergoes before it comes as a final product.
Right.
Weaver is like one part of it, but he is dependent upon the society and the system to provide him the raw material. Initially, because this lockdown was imposed in March, towards the end of March.
Yeah.
So everybody had warp and weft left for say another 15 days or 1 month. Of course, we have to make a distinction: handloom weaving and powerloom weaving. Powerloom is where they do it in machines, maybe in sheds and all that, where they go to a one owner and they do it. As far as handloom weaving is concerned, it is mostly home-based activity.
Right.
So the weavers, to that extent, because that supply chain has been affected and their raw material has not been provided to them, they are now facing the brunt, in the sense that they are ready, but they don't have the raw material to do the work.
And saris and yardages are now non-essential items. Plus the market for saris is weddings, which we skipped one season because of lockdown. And even if now they happen, it's going to be low key, right? This sector is going to take a really long time to stabilize. Am I right?
You are very right, because when it comes to clothes, it doesn't come as one of those very bare essentials. It is not critical in their sense, in their daily lives. So to that extent, unless there is an occasion or, as you said, the wedding or some function in the family, people are going to postpone that purchase. To that extent, definitely this will take a setback for the weavers also, because see, their supply chain is, if more and more people keep buying, then the stock gets depleted, they weave more. So this kind of a situation will definitely has been a major setback for all the weavers of this sector.
Tell us about Co-optex, a little bit about the history and how did it happen? And you have done an amazing job of putting it on an online portal so that it gets a global clientele. Tell us a little bit about how the weavers work under Co-optex.
So basically, Co-optex is an apex cooperative body. Mm-hmm. We have close to 75,000 weavers who are registered with Co-optex.
Wow.
Across Tamil Nadu. Yeah, it's quite a large number. So we have about 25 weaving clusters, very active clusters, where more than 1,000 people or 1,500 weavers are weaving in those villages. What happens? Basically, Lakshmi, this is a very age-old institution. It was
Yeah.
started in 935 when the weavers started weaving. And you see, the weavers lack what is called as marketing skills. They are
Right.
basically people who can weave, they have their skills.
Yeah.
But take it to the larger market and a larger appreciative audience needs marketing skills.
Right.
So basically, Cooptex was started as a marketing agency to market the products of the weavers of Tamil Nadu, and it has grown in strength from strength. And you can see that now almost we have, we have crossed 85 years of existence.
Providing livelihood for more than 1 lakh people.
When you look at the value chain, that is like pre-loom activity, post-loom activity, then technical quality assurance, and then packing, then transportation, and then showroom staff, retail, as you will see that it is giving livelihood to such a huge, large number of people actually.
Yeah, that's true. So, how does this work? There are clusters. So these people weave at home, and then they connect with you, and then you give them a projected order for.
So what happens is we have around 1,000 primary societies which are located in these clusters. So we provide the raw material, dyes, chemicals, equipment, everything to these primary societies.
Okay.
They in turn give it to the weavers, and weavers every week they will come, collect the raw material, go weave, come back and give it to the primary society.
Okay.
Cooptex will go with its vehicles and collect it from these primary societies.
Okay.
So it's like weaver, primary society, Cooptex. Then we of course market it through our retail showrooms and online. As you said, now from 2014 we have started the online sales, and now across the globe you can sit at any corner of the globe and click, and then you can order the product.
Yes, that's true. We are enjoying those facilities thanks to you. Even if we live so far away, we are enjoying our weavers and the amazing weaves that Cooptex has revived. Tell me something, Venkatesh. What about how do we protect these weavers? Do they come under any government pension scheme, or is there any kind of what is government or Cooptex as an institution doing for these people?
We have to make a distinction between largely two sectors of, two set of weavers. One is those who are in the cooperative fold, and those who are not in the cooperative fold. Those
Right.
who are, working with the master weavers, who are all by themselves, independent. Okay.
Right.
So when it comes to the cooperative weavers, our government is giving them lot of extending lot of facilities. For example, the children's education of the weavers is paid off. Then
Wow.
when the daughter gets married, they get a marriage assistance. Similarly, after the age of 65, the weaver gets a pension. He or she gets pension. Their medical insurance is taken care of. Every year they can have an annual health checkup. So many facilities are provided if they are part of the cooperative system, if they are registered with Cooptex. But
Yeah.
these, as you know, in the unorganized sector, these are not extended
Not
to
possible.
them. These facilities are not there. So it makes sense, especially in state like Tamil Nadu, Odisha and all, the majority weavers are in the cooperative fold, because the cooperative system, the society system is quite still strong in these states.
Right.
And that is the reason, you have, because the system takes care of them. See,
Right.
today when the Corona pandemic came, all the societies immediately gave an advance amount to the weavers, so that even if you don't weave for the next 1 month, at least your immediate family needs are taken care of. So that way, whenever the weavers are in the cooperative fold, it is much better and beneficial to them, vis-a-vis being with some other private weavers.
Correct. That's really very, very nice. You must have accumulated stock now, and also we don't know when the lockdown will open, and hopefully soon. But yet we have to maintain very strict social distancing when the shops open, when the showrooms open. What are the other alternative ways that apart from online, of course? And when do you think it will start?
Lakshmi, at this point of time, it looks a bit difficult to predict how the next 2-3 months will be. People do buy for these auspicious occasions. In India, after July, August, the whole thing up to December, Pongal, Shankranti,
Yeah.
you have series of festivals which come, be it Onam or Dashera or Diwali. So there is always these functions, Raksha Bandhan. So many functions will be coming after July, August. And in the case of textiles, it's a touch and feel market. Unless they touch it, they are not going to know how it is. We have started giving sanitizers and face masks to all the showroom staff, especially in Tamil Nadu. Public transport is likely to start.
Any story, any experience that you have had with a particular weaver that has touched your heart in so many years that you have worked with them?
There are so many actually, but one which I always remember is one thing which I wanted to tell you also, that we always put a weaver card in all our saris that carries a nice photo with the details of the weaver, the type of the weave, and how long he or she has been. So that is very nice, the connectivity between the ultimate buyer and the weaver. So this particular weaver, we had a famous model who had worn that sari. So when he saw her in the TV ad wearing the sari which he wore, he was so impressed and so happy. So he got in touch with us and asked us if he could go and meet the model. So what we did was, just to satisfy his this one, he took his sari, his wife, and they both traveled from the village and they went to the model's house and took photos with him. So basically it is like touching lives. People are like, the weaver, whatever his or her creation is, when they see it, the customer wearing it, they feel a sense of pride. So I feel happy that we are connecting these two bonds between the weaver and the customer.
Really very, very beautiful. Venkatesh, you have been an IAS officer and in so many different capacities you have served the nation. What's your experience? How has it been working for Co-optex?
No, Co-optex, now I am almost done 5 years in Co-optex. So I've seen a fairly large growth and development in terms of Co-optex, and personally I am a big fan of textile sector, and I use this opportunity to learn a lot. So today, if you ask anybody, they will say, okay, Mr. Venkatesh, he is like so and so of Co-optex, because that kind of visibility that working in the sector. One of the important thing, Lakshmi, is to wherever you work, you need to have passion. Unless you have passion, nothing comes. Nothing really strikes. So I think I was very passionate, and I'm still passionate about this weaving sector and what are the new things which I can do in terms of my job profile. So this has been a very good learning experience in my career, and I always cherish my period in Co-optex.
That's amazing. So that is our lockdown learning viewers, Mr. T.N. Venkatesh. Venkatesh, one passing message to our viewers. During this pandemic, what could we do to help reach out and engage with our weaver community?
I think I would like to draw on what our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has said. He said, be vocal for local. So that is a very important message, where he has said that as much as possible, buy Swadeshi things, patronize Swadeshi things. So I would request all your viewers to buy more Indian handmade products, wear more of hand-woven clothes, and even in your homes, try to, when you gift somebody, please gift handmade small handicraft items, because ultimately there is a livelihood behind it, and we Indians should support our Indian artisans and weavers. That is the message that I have for your viewers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Venkatesh, for coming on Lockdown Learnings, and beautiful insights from you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you.